What's up, dude? So I just got done watching the Fire Emblem Fortunes Weave Direct, and man, am I hyped to play some Fire Emblem. This game just looks like such a banger. This is probably the most excited I've been for Fire Emblem since the Three Houses. I'm so hyped that, in fact, as my city's burning right now actively, and I'm sitting out here in my cart that's filled with smoke, I felt the need to still make a video and discuss this, right? Because this game just looks sick, right? And I know it's got a $70 digital price tag, and then it's $80 physical, which is just insane, right? But honestly, this is one of those games that actually might be worth the price tag, and it's one that you can really sink your teeth into. I know that there's a $120, I believe, collector's edition that comes with a huge art book. It comes with a bunch of trading cards and, of course, like a steelbook type thing with some really sick art on it, which I'm actually tempted to get. I usually don't get collector's edition items, but this one actually looks pretty good. And the art all looks really well done. So, as hyped as I am for this game, I might just pick that up. We'll have to see. But anyways, this game just looks badass. And you start the game in this town, right? You're competing in something called the Heroic Games. And there's four different characters, four different paths and characters you can choose from, right? And they have this one badass character that looks exactly like Alucard from Castlevania, which is Dracula's son. He's just a direct ripoff of Alucard from Castlevania in the Castlevania anime, which I love to see it. That's probably the character that I'm gonna pick. The other character that I was really interested in was like this Spanish lady with this instrument that can play songs, and I think she can summon demons and heal your squad and all that. And she looks pretty cool as well. Additionally, there's another character who I think specializes in mounts, and he's pretty cool as well. I think in this game they added the ability to ride elephants, which is absolutely nasty work. I don't think they've had that in any previous Fire Emblem game, to my knowledge. I could be wrong. Please let me know in the comment section if elephants have been included before. I don't really know. I haven't played all the Fire Emblem games. Maybe they have. But anyways, that's just badass. And then I think the fourth lady is some kind of beast woman. I don't really know what her abilities are, but she looked pretty interesting from what I can tell. Another thing that really stood out to me about this game is they included guns in the game. That's right, they brought the Blix. Right, show some character dressed in one. I think she pulls like a Glock 7. I don't know if that's what it is, but she pulls like a glizzy out of her purse and fires it off while she's in combat. And it's like, what the hell? They've never had firearms in Fire Emblem before, at least to my knowledge. This is a new thing, so that was really interesting. And it makes me wonder how big of a aspect guns are going to be in this game. That just seems really weird to me, but I'm open for it because I'm always into new and interesting things. Right, and this game just looks beautiful, right? It's got almost like a Spanish kind of Iberian Peninsula theme, and I think that's almost what they were inspired by, is kind of a medieval Spain or Portugal or something like that. A lot of the environment looks like something you'd see in in Spain, in central Spain or northern Africa, and I think that's actually a pretty cool direction to go. And I don't think they've done that in a Fire Emblem game before, but the environment definitely looks different and distinct from the previous Fire Emblem game, so I like that a lot. Right, and the game kind of centers around like I said before, the Heroic Games, which are kind of like a Hunger Games style huge game that everybody participates in, and there's some kind of prize or glory you win at the end when you're regarded as a hero if you can do well in these games, right? But then, like all the other Fire Emblem games, there's kind of a turning point halfway through, and this is shown in the trailer. It's not really a spoiler. This is a known thing, right? So I think half the game takes place during the Heroic Games, and the second half of the game is during the future timeline, when some demon king moves in and takes over and the heroes are missing or dead. And you start off as a new protagonist, which looks absolutely badass, by the way. And one of the main themes of the game is to go out alone or to seek help from friends. And you could either continue the game as just the protagonist, or you can go back in time and try to resurrect and change the timeline of the four heroes from the first part of the game, which is interesting. I think for me, I'll definitely be going back and trying to resurrect or restore the four heroes from the original part of the game. Just because it's going to expand the length of the game, obviously, and it just seems like the more fun path to take. So there's that. That's common within Fire Emblems. There's always some huge event or turning point halfway through the game where the game completely shifts and everything gets kind of shaken up. I think in Awakening, right? You move into the future, and then if your protagonist partnered up with somebody, you play as their children and so forth. which was pretty cool, honestly. But yeah, there's definitely some interesting mechanics with this new Fire Emblem. Right, one of the mechanics in the first half of the game, it allows you to switch between, the 4 characters. So you can honestly have all 4 campaigns going simultaneously, or you can focus on just one. It's really up to you. And I kind of like that they did that, honestly. Like, say I want to start off playing as the Alucard guy, and then I want to switch to the Demon Summoner lady. I can definitely do that. Or if I want to experiment with some of the other new characters, I can do that too, and that's honestly nice. But one more interesting mechanic that I noticed in the game is that they have like sections where it switches into like a Final Fantasy, Pokemon style, just a regular JRPG turn-based combat. And I don't know if this has ever been done in Fire Emblem before. It reminded me heavily of a Final Fantasy. And it'll be interesting to see how they weave this into the game, like weave it into Fortune's Weave. Anyways, but I think I love turn-based combat, so it'll be really interesting to see this in a Fire Emblem game. I don't know if this is done before. Again, please let me know in the comments if it has. And I suppose that's a possibility, but yeah, this aspect of the game looks really interesting to me, and I'm really excited to do some of these missions and see how this plays out. It looks awesome. It's different than the original, the board-based, mechanics of the regular Fire Emblem series. So yeah, that'll be really cool to see. And then again, the game does release on September 17th. So the game is only just a little over a month away, like a month and a half, right? So when this game drops, I think it will pretty much fill up all of my time until Ocarina gets here. And I'm not even kidding. This game looks like there's so much to sink your teeth into. There's other games coming out in that time span, but I think Fire Emblem is the one now, especially after seeing this direct, that I'm most looking forward to besides Ocarina of Time for this year. And of course, there's Grand Theft Auto 6 coming, but as far as the Nintendo releases, it's definitely Ocarina of Time, and then right after that is Fire Emblem. Because I gotta say, this game looks pretty sick. Now, are you guys thinking about picking up Fire Emblem's Fortune Weave after seeing the direct? Let me know in the comments below, and also let me know what your favorite past Fire Emblem game is. I'm curious to know as well. Mine's Awakening, and I like Three Houses too, or whatever the one on the Switch was. That was pretty awesome. I'm thinking about picking up Engage because I've never actually played that game, but I do hear that it's pretty good, and a lot of people have recommended it to me. So I might have to pick that one up and at least touch that before Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave drops on September 17th. All right, guys. Anyways, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs by the end of the summer, and I'm getting so close to having all my hard work finally pay off. So if you enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing. Please do drop a like and bang the bell below. It really helps me out. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I enjoy just interacting with the community and talking Zelda or talking Nintendo with you guys down in the comment section below. That's kind of what I'm going for. I'm trying to build up a fun community here on YouTube. Things have been rough lately, especially with the fires, and since my channel's growth has been slow the last month, so appreciate all the support I can get. Until next time, guys, this has been Matt from Top Tier. I'm out. Bye.